Listen up. People are dying while we keep weed illegal. Kids with seizures can't get medicine because politicians are scared of a plant. Meanwhile, booze kills thousands every year, but we sell it everywhere. This is crazy. Colorado made $400 million from weed taxes and used it for schools. We're wasting billions locking people up for smoking a joint.
Wait, you're lying to people. Kids in legal states smoke way more weed now. Their brains are getting fried. Today's weed is 10 times stronger than the old stuff. Emergency rooms are packed with people freaking out from too much THC. You want to turn America into a nation of stoners.
No, that's total garbage. Studies show teen use didn't go up after legalization. You know what's really hurting kids? Dirty street drugs mixed with deadly stuff because it's illegal. Big Pharma gave us the opioid crisis that killed 500,000 people, but weed never killed anyone.
Weed is a gateway drug. Most heroin addicts started with marijuana. Car crashes are way up in legal states. People are having mental breakdowns and throwing up so much they end up in the hospital. Your safe plant is destroying lives.
Gateway drug is fake news from the 1970s. They made that up to arrest hippies and black people. Coffee is more of a gateway drug. Alcohol kills 140,000 people every year, but nobody calls beer a gateway to vodka. This is pure racism disguised as health policy.
Wait, don't play the race card. We're talking about protecting kids. People have been drinking for thousands of years, but legal weed is a crazy experiment using our children as test subjects. Mental illness is going through the roof. 1 out of 5 users gets addicted.
Addiction rates for weed are way lower than alcohol or cigarettes, and those are both legal. You're scared of mental illness while ignoring that weed helps veterans with PTSD, kids with epilepsy, and cancer patients. We're letting people suffer because you believe old lies.
No, we're protecting society from drug dealers. Portugal cut addiction by making drugs illegal to sell but not arresting users. That's different from your plan to let Walmart sell weed. Big Tobacco targeted kids, and now Big Weed wants to do the same thing.
You just proved my point. Making it illegal to sell and use is stupid. We spend $47 billion every year arresting people for weed while murderers walk free. Every minute we argue, someone gets arrested for a plant that's safer than aspirin.
Wait, safer than aspirin? People are going crazy from weed. They're puking their guts out. Their lungs are getting destroyed. You're selling poison as medicine, while hospitals deal with weed emergencies every day.
Bad reactions happen to tiny numbers of people, while alcohol poisoning kills people every weekend. The real poison is locking up 40,000 Americans for nonviolent weed crimes, mostly black and brown people getting years in prison for something that's legal in other states.
Criminal justice reform doesn't mean we have to create a drug industry. Just stop arresting people. Don't let companies get rich selling drugs. You want marijuana stores next to schools selling gummy bears to kids.
Legal weed means rules, age limits, testing, and safe products. Keeping it illegal means kids buy mystery drugs from dealers who don't care how old they are. Street dealers don't check IDs, but legal stores do.
Wait, rules? Legal weed companies are already making cartoon ads and candy flavors to hook kids. They're copying every dirty trick tobacco used. We're creating millions of addicts so corporations can get rich.
That's why we need better rules, not total bans. Right now, people are dying from street drugs cut with poison. Families are destroyed by arrests, and sick people can't get medicine because you're stuck in the past.
No, we're protecting public health from a drug epidemic disguised as medicine. Weed companies want to create customers for life, while society pays with addiction, crazy people, and drugged drivers killing families.
The only epidemic is the epidemic of stupidity. Prohibition failed for 90 years. It's time to choose facts over fear, helping people over hurting them, and human rights over drug war profits.
Human rights? There's nothing right about a society that says getting high is normal. We're not choosing facts, we're choosing corporate money over children's futures.
The only thing hurting children is arresting their parents and making medicine illegal. The drug war makes money for private prisons, police, and pill companies while destroying families.
No, legal weed is big cannabis copying big tobacco. They're selling addiction as freedom while emergency rooms fill up with people having mental breakdowns. We're treating one disaster for another.
Disaster? The disaster is 700,000 arrests every year for a plant that never killed anyone, while alcohol kills millions worldwide. The disaster is soldiers killing themselves because they can't get weed for their war trauma.
Wait, never killed anyone? Tell that to families whose kids died in car crashes from stoned drivers. Tell that to people who lost their minds from super strong weed. You're lying about deaths to push your agenda.
The real deaths come from prohibition. Every overdose from street drugs mixed with poison, every suicide from untreated trauma, every family destroyed by prison, that's your drug war body count.
Street fentanyl comes from different criminals. You're mixing up problems to confuse people. This super strong weed is creating new diseases that didn't exist before.
New diseases. People use weed as medicine for thousands of years. Strong weed only exists because illegal drugs have to be small and hidden. Legal weed means choice and safer products.
No, ancient people didn't smoke today's superweed. Old medicine doesn't excuse modern drug dealing. The pill crisis started with safe marketing too. Weed companies are doing the same lies.
Wait, the pill crisis happened because weed was illegal. Doctors gave deadly pills because they couldn't recommend safe weed. You're proving that prohibition creates deadly alternatives.
I'm proving that drug companies kill people. Pharma or weed companies, corporate drug dealing destroys lives. Legalization isn't freedom, it's making money from addiction.
The only thing destroying lives is putting people in cages for a plant. While you live in fear, real people are choosing freedom, healing, and justice, and nothing will stop this progress.
Progress? Calling drug use progress is the biggest lie ever told, and our kids will pay with their lives, their minds, and their futures for this insane experiment.
Experiment? The experiment is prohibition, and it failed. States with legal weed have lower crime, more tax money, and healthier people. The science is clear. Prohibition kills, regulation saves lives.
Wait, lower crime because you stopped arresting drug dealers. Tax money covered in blood. Mental hospitals are full of weed addicts, and you call that healthy? This is madness.
Madness is the drug war. Madness is choosing prisons over hospitals. Madness is letting pharmaceutical companies poison America while banning a safe plant that grows in the ground.
Safe plant? Nothing that makes you hallucinate and puke is safe. Nothing that crashes cars and breaks minds is medicine. You're selling poison as medicine while hospitals deal with weed emergencies every day.
Alcohol makes people hallucinate and puke, but it's legal. Prescription pills kill 70,000 people yearly, but they're legal. The only thing I'm selling is freedom from stupid laws that destroy lives.
No, you're selling drugs to kids. You're normalizing getting high. You're turning America into a stoner wasteland where nobody cares about anything but their next fix.
The wasteland is mass incarceration. The wasteland is sick people suffering without medicine. The wasteland is families torn apart by arrests. Legal weed builds communities. Prohibition destroys them.
Wait, builds communities? Stoner communities full of addicts and mental patients. Crime goes up, productivity goes down, and children grow up thinking drugs are normal. This is social suicide.
Crime goes down when you stop making criminals out of regular people. Productivity goes up when people aren't in prison. Children are safer when their medicine isn't controlled by criminals.
Regular people don't need drugs to function. Medicine comes from doctors, not drug dealers. You're confusing addiction with treatment and freedom with getting high.
Doctors can't prescribe illegal medicine. Regular people deserve the right to choose what they put in their bodies. Getting high is better than going to prison for a plant.
Right to choose? What about the right of families not to have stoned drivers kill their kids? What about the right of children not to grow up in a drug culture?
What about the right not to be arrested for medicine? What about the right not to die from street drugs because legal ones are banned? Prohibition is the real crime here.
The real crime is convincing people that drugs equal medicine, that addiction equals freedom, and that corporate profits matter more than human lives. History will judge this madness.
History already judged prohibition. It failed. The future belongs to freedom, science, and compassion, not fear, lies, and cages. Legal weed wins because truth always wins.
Truth? The truth is kids are overdosing on weed brownies. The truth is mental hospitals can't handle all the psychotic breaks. The truth is your freedom kills innocent people.
Wait, overdosing on weed brownies? Nobody dies from too much weed. Mental hospitals are full because we criminalize medicine instead of treating illness. Your prohibition kills way more people than weed could.
They don't die, but they end up brain dead. Permanent psychosis, memory loss, motivation completely gone. We're creating zombies who can't function without drugs.
Zombies? The real zombies are people locked up for decades over a joint. Memory loss happens from head injuries and illegal drug deals, not from regulated weed. You're describing alcohol withdrawal, not weed.
No, I'm describing weed psychosis. Real doctors see it every day.
Teenagers smoking themselves into permanent mental illness. Parents watching their kids turn into vegetables.
Real doctors also prescribe medical marijuana in 38 states. Teenagers get mental illness from trauma, poverty, and abuse, not from plants. Parents lose kids to suicide because they can't get proper treatment.
Wait, 38 states fell for the medical marijuana scam. Most medical users are just drug addicts with fake prescriptions. Chronic pain, anxiety, insomnia, everything's an excuse to get high.
Scam? Tell that to epileptic kids who went from 100 seizures a day to 0. Tell that to cancer patients who can finally eat food. Tell that to veterans who stopped having nightmares.
Isolated cases don't justify mass drug dealing. For every sick kid helped, thousands of healthy kids get addicted. We're sacrificing the many for the few.
Isolated cases? Millions of patients use medical marijuana safely. We sacrifice way more people to prohibition. Every person in prison for weed could be helping their community instead.
No, they could be getting a real treatment instead, not masking problems with drugs. Anxiety needs therapy, not THC.